Hello everyone. Today's topic is Pallava density. This topic is for the fifth semester students of fashion department, and this topic is from the subject of art appreciation. In this presentation, we are going to study about the Pallava density. पल्लवा का क्या राज्य रहा उस टाइम में, क्या क्या उनका आर्किटेक्चर कैसा था, उनका लिविंग स्टाइल कैसा था, एपिक्स में उनकी जो डिटेल है, जो उनका बिलीफ था, जो उनका कल्चर था, वो एपिक्स में किस तरह हमें मिलता है देखने के लिए। सो उसके बारे में हम सारी स्टडी करेंगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द प्रेजेंटेशन। First is the density. It is located in South India and also called South Indian density. Its capital is Kanchipuram. Dominated parts are Telugu and Northern. जो इसके रिफ्लेक्ट में आए वो पार्ट थे तेलुगु एंड नॉर्दर्न इंडिया। पार्ट ऑफ तमिलनाडु। मेजर रूलर्स जिन्होंने राज्य किया, महेंद्रवरम वर्मन जिसने 571 से लेके 630 सी तक राज्य किया। नरसिम्हावरम वर्मन, उसने 630 से 668 सी तक जो इस पे साम्राज्य अपना बना के रखा। सो जो ये पूरी डेंसिटी चली वो 275 सी से 897 सी तक चली। सो गवर्नमेंट जो वहां की थी वो मोनार्ची थी। So languages which was used in Pallava density that was Prakrit, Sanskrit, Tamil and Telugu. Official languages was Prakrit. For inscription, जो inscription में use की गई है वो संस्कृत। For writing scripts, Grantha script. Grantha script, an Indian writing script used in 6th to 20th century by the Tamil and Malayalam speaking people of the Brahmin community. So religion, it was Hinduism. Once when a Chinese monk Xiong Zhang visited the region of Pallava density, he reported that there were 100 Buddhist monasteries and 80 Buddhist temples in the Kanchipuram. So जब पहली बार जो चाइनीज मॉन्क थे उनमें से जिसका नाम था जुआंग जैंग, उसने जब पल्लवा डेंसिटी में विजिट किया तो उसने वहां पे क्या देखा कि वहां पे 100 बुद्धिस्ट जो थे उनके घर, उनकी मोनेस्ट्रीज बनी हुई थी जहाँ पे वो रह रहे थे, और 80 टेम्पल्स थे कांचीपुरम में। दिस शोज दैट दो दे प्रैक्टिस्ड हिंदुइज्म, दे हैड रिस्पेक्ट टुवर्ड्स अदर रिलीजन, जिससे उन्हें पता लगा कि वो बुद्धिज्म के अलावा बाकी जो रिलीजन्स हैं हिंदुइज्म से रिलेटेड उसको भी काफी रिस्पेक्ट देते हैं। So this is the flag of that time, Palwa flag, identical flag of that density. Origin of Palwa king, इसको दो थ्योरीज में डिवाइड किया गया है। फर्स्ट इज मनी मकालाय एंड सेकेंड बाहुर प्लेट्स। ये थ्योरी हमें इन दोनों जो पल्लवा किंग्स की थ्योरी है इन दोनों एपिक्स में हमें मिलेगी। मनी मकलाय में born to the daughter of Naga king named Pilivalai and Chola king Kilivalan. He was then lost in shipwreck and then found with the twig of a tundai, also called as creeper and pallava, plant around his ankle, and hence he was named as Tundai man. The second theory है Bahur plates, the copper plate inscription that are found at Bahur, which is an ancient Shiva temple located at 20 km from Pondi, is called as Bahur plates. In that it is mentioned as from Ashwadhama was born the king named Pallava, which later explained that the first Pallava king was born to the Brahmin Ashwadhama and a Naga princess. Education and literature of that time, that density. The Pallava were a great patron of learning and their capital Kanchi was an ancient center of learning. The most famous educational institute, Ghatika, attracted students from all over the world. It is also said that many scholars studied in Kanchi, which even includes the founder of Kadamba density, Mayur Sarman, studied Vedas. The Buddhist writer Dinganga, who in later years became the head of Nalanda University, the great Sanskrit scholar Bharvi, who art and architecture of that density was developed the art of excavating temples from the rock. Dravidian style of temple architecture began. There were three stages of development. Stage 1 was Mahendravarnam, introduced the rock cut temples. They were seen in Mamandur, Trichyvalam, etc. You can see the image of stage 1 temple. Stage 2, Narasimhavarman introduced the monolithic rathas and mandapas. Mono means one, lithic means rock. This means the entire structure is built using one single rock. They were seen in Mamalapuram. This is the image of single one rock in Mamalapuram. Stage 3, Raj Simha introduced the structural temples. The temples, those that are built using soft sand, rocks. One of the famous monument of that king is the Kanchi Kalisthana temple. This is the image of that temple. The legacy of Shri Kailashnatha temple of Kanchi. The Pallava had their powers over Kanchi during the 7th to 9th century when they established supremacy over their southern rivals. They established their territory extending from Krishna in the north to Kaveri in the south. Kanchi was also home to the famous 6th century poet Bharvi, who wrote the Kirattar Junia. Husan Tsang, the Chinese Buddhist monk, scholar, traveler, and translator who visited Kanchi during the 7th century, wrote glowingly about the splendor of the city and its intellectual wealth. Next is the Kailashnath temple. The Kailashnath temple is the largest and the most ornate temple in India. It is the oldest of the other temples dedicated to Lord Krishna. This was earlier known as Raja Simheshwaram. This temple looks more like a chariot that descended down to earth. This sandstone structure is enclosed within a highly decorative wall having 58 shrines. There is also a lingam of black color inside the sanctum. The rear wall of the sanctum is adorned with the Somasponda panel. The Vimana rises over the sanctum like a pyramid. The Pallavas were very fond of Lord Shiva. Their main motif is the Somasponda panel depicting Shiva and Parvati along with their son Kartikeya. They picturized Shiva as a playful child as well as a family man. This is an image of that temple. Their way of depiction, जिस तरह से वो डिपिक्ट करते थे अपने region को, depicting Shiva, their depictions were very specific. Complexion of rising sun coral, mated here with the crown of cages with crescent, wears a patra and makara. Upper hand carry a cane. Lower two gestures, benediction and assurance. Sits in one leg bent and other stretched down. Depicting Parvati. Parvati sits in his left. She has two hands and one hold a blue lotus. Leg position, one bent and other stretched. Both have a pleasant countenance as they sit in a relaxed position. Depicting Skanda. This playful child Skanda is in between the lovable couple. The child has a normal stature and holds a flower in one hand. His complexion is blue. The Vimanas stories were depicted in the form of architectural design. Most of the largest and complex structures, they are four-storied structures containing two walls of ambulatory passage. Their three exterior walls have seen laser shrines placed around them and they contain images of Shiva. Whole of their exterior contains sculptures of lion, Nandis, Shiva and other deities. This is the image of that old Shiva and Parvati temple. The Gopuras were not an essential feature of the early temples. At the Kailashnatha, there is just a suggestion of a Gopura Dwara. It was only by about 11th century that tall, colossal and overwhelming Gopura emerged as a unique feature of the South Indian temple architecture. This is the image of South Indian architecture temples depicting the image of Shiva and Parvati. The uniqueness, the Kailashnatha temple is perhaps the biggest sandstone temple structure in the world. Among the ancient temples in Kanchi, the Kailashnatha is the only temple whose structure has not been modeled and or reconstructed. It still retains its pristine form and structure. Its another unique feature is the 58 Devakulikas, mini shrines that run around the main temple. The image of that temple. So this is the presentation about the Pallavas density. I think you all will understand the presentation very well. So thank you very much. Thank you.